Very proud of my guys. I thought we fought. I thought we were a tougher team. I thought we executed our game plan. We just came up short at the end. But the fight and the toughness, it can't be questioned. I think anybody watching could saw that. I'm very proud of this group. Nobody expected us to do anything. With what we lost. But these guys bonded together over the course of the season and became brothers. And we did some amazing things. So hats off to Charleston. They were the better team down the stretch.
Along those lines, what do you think was kind of the key down the stretch? Was it turnovers as much as anything else?
Yeah, we had too many empty possessions. We turned it over too many times. If you look at the turnovers, it was either tied or they were down. We were down one. So we had too many empty possessions, and you got to give credit to Larson. He made some spectacular plays. Had 2 steals at the end. He made big.
Yeah, but we wanted to stay composed and, finish the game out strong. We knew it was a game of runs. They went on a run. We went on a run. We just knew we had to stay composed. So,
Coach, being in the same spot as last year, I'm sure there's some level of frustration there. But what do you kind of take away from that, or do you look at it as it's a different group?
It's definitely a different group. Obviously, it's hard. These guys are in there, and I'm more hurt for them. Guys have no idea what we've been through.
I was going to ask you, Amari, what has the journey been this season, and how difficult is it to kind of stare being that close to getting to where you want to get to?
I mean, it's a grind, from the summer when we come in, day one, it's a grind, and we put in a lot of hard hours. And I honestly believe that, there's no one that works harder than us. And it's not a good feeling to fall so short. And I was here last year, so it's just not a good feeling at all.
All right. Congrats, Coach. Let's start with an opening statement.
First of all, I want to say how blessed I am to coach young men like Ryan and our roster, how blessed I am. God is great. God is great. I work for an amazing man in Matt Roberts, Dr. Shu, our board of trustees, amazing university, one of the greatest cities in the world, and to be able to represent all of those things is really, really special, and I'm truly thankful. I want to give Takeo and UNC Wilmington. I want to acknowledge them. I have an unbelievable amount of respect for Takeo. He's a phenomenal coach. They have a great culture. They run a great system. They're very, very hard to play against, and they're a major rival of ours, and they will continue to be, and it's always going to be a knockdown, drag-out when we play them. But just blessed to be able to advance, to play in the national tournament. We're excited to do so.
Questions in the room? Nick?
Congrats, guys. Just how's it feel to so the tournament's not in the hands of the selection committee? You guys got the automatic bid. How's that feel to have that stress off your shoulders?
It's just something that we've worked so hard for. Whether we were going to get in or not, the goal at the beginning of the season was to win a championship. And so to do that with this team, this coaching staff, best in the country, is just so special.
Zach?
Pat, you said at your opening presser that you wanted guys who were hoop dudes. That was the phrase that you used. How were your guys hoop dudes over the last couple of days?
They are. They're the consummate hoop dudes. You know, Skip Prosser, my mentor, used to, the other way he put it was he wants 6 to 3 guys. So a 3 to 6 guy is a guy that shows up at 3 and leaves at 6, right? And does the bare minimum. A 6 to 3 guy is the guy that leaves at 6 and does everything he can until the next day he gets to practice at 3 o'clock to be a great player. That's taking care of your business academically. It's taking care of your responsibilities. It's taking care of your body. It's extra repetitions. It's weight room. It's film. And we have a roster full of not only hoop dudes but great dudes, guys that are about the right things. We say ABC, academics, basketball, and character, and they represent and they're about those things to the highest degree.
Dave?
Gentlemen, a game of runs. You guys are down. You finish, I think, an 18-5 run over the last 6:05. What were the keys down the stretch on both ends of the floor tonight?
Ryan Larson helped. Phew. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Nah. Coach can say that, but just total team effort. The whole year that we've been in situations like that, and with a coaching staff like this, they never panic, and therefore leads to us never panicking. 4 grad transfers, some freshmen, sophomores who have played a ton of minutes last year. Just such a mature group. And the last 8 minutes we call winning time, and that's when we become the best team that we can. We've done it all season long, and just today, the resiliency this group showed is why it's so special.
Kyle?
For both Coach and Ryan, it's a game that starts your first possession. There's a collision. Dalton has the bloody eye early in the game. I saw Ante's arm out there just now, and he's bleeding. To win a game like that that's so physical, where you guys have to dig down so deep, what does that kind of say about this team and where it's at right now?
I mean, that's something that we pride ourselves on. There might be another team as tough as us, but there's not a tougher team in the country. Last night was a knockdown dragout. Towson was a very, very physical game. That was a rock fight, and tonight was the same thing. But that's what they're about. I mean, it was a major collision. I know his elbow's giving him problems the majority of the year, and I could tell. I was like, uh-oh, but he's got so much grit and toughness and tenacity. Like, you'd have to saw his arm off to get him out, and then he'd probably still play.
And then a quick follow-up for you, Coach. Having Johnny Ballgame up there cutting down the net with you, how special is that as a dad to be able to share that?
He doesn't know how good he has. He doesn't. I mean, that's Matt Roberts, RAD. From the very beginning, I said, "Do you?" He goes, "Heck, no. Be who you are." And Johnny and Tegan Carr, Coach Carr's daughter. I mean, they're on the bench all the time. They're in the locker room. They travel with us. They're on the bus. I mean, as much as they can, as long as they're not missing school. It's awesome. I mentioned how blessed I am. I mean, you kidding me? I get to work for a guy that allows me to do that, have my children with me all the time. It's awesome.
In front to Andrew.
Pat, you didn't shoot the ball great today. I don't know. I've heard you say this so many times about rebounding to your standards. What does it say about this team that you were still able to win a game like this and a tournament like this when you might have not, shot the ball as well as you'd hoped and played as well as you'd hoped?
Well, I think the same thing could be said for last night's game, and it shows, I think, the caliber of team we are that we can win when we don't shoot well. We rely on our rebounding and our defense. You got to give Towson and you got to give UNCW credit for that. It's not that, we just shot it poorly. They made us shoot poorly. They're very good, well-coached teams. So, yeah, I think it's the caliber of a good team that can win when they're not at their best offensively.
Zach?
For both of you guys, 31 wins so far. Was there a moment early in the season, it can be different for both of you, was there a moment early, whether it's a game of practice, something like that, where you realized this could be a special group that stands out?
I'll just from day one, we had a meeting at Coach's house, and just the togetherness that we showed on day one was, not to compare it to my freshman year at Wofford, but that was one of the most special and connected groups I've ever been a part of. And from day one, it felt just like that. And, there's so much that happens on the court throughout a season, but to stick with each other through 6 months off the court, and if not longer, that's when I knew from day one it was special. I could tell the group was just going to vibe together. Coach Kelsey and his staff did a phenomenal job recruiting great players for this school. And so, yeah, day one, I could feel it.
Matt?
Coach Matt Trucknoy from Herb FM Sports Radio. First of all, congratulations, and just go ahead and just tell us about the sheer grit and determination that your team showed.
Yeah, I think that's one of our greatest qualities. You know, we're not the tallest, not the most talented. Sure as heck don't have the smartest head coach in the world, but we got toughness in droves, man. I mean, that's one of our deals, and we identify that in recruiting. If you're not tough, it's hard to play here.
Go to Zoom and Jerry, and then Andrew for the last one. Zoom to Jerry, and then Andrew. Yep, thank you.
Hey, Pat, hope you can hear me. We've those of us following the league this year have had a good little back and forth with you, asking about the wins, the winning streak, the ranking, and always next practice, next play. Well, now you got 5 days so you find out where you're going to play next. What's these? Do you absorb it for a few days? Hey, you won 31 games. You got the ultimate reward, at least in the league. Do you have a few days between now and then to kind of absorb how impressive the season's already been, even though obviously you've got some more games you want to play? Thanks.
Yeah, when somebody asked the question before and they said 31 wins, that's the first time that it really resonated with me. It was like, dang, it's hard to do, So I took a moment, and hopefully you guys are okay with that. But they're tired. Guys are beat up. I mean, it's been a season's a lifetime, and it's going to be good to get home and recover, spend some time with my family. We've been in the grind, in the thick of it. I'm really looking forward to that. I'd be remiss if I didn't say too, and I apologize, that doesn't answer your question, but as a part of my opening statement, just how important the other, I don't know if constituents is the word, but the other parts of 25 Strong, and 25 Strong is symbolic for all the people that contribute to winning they're part of our family. And it's not just the players, it's not just the managers, it's just not the coaches and the strength coach, but it's the people in our department that work their butts off to put wind at our back. I'm not going to name names, but whether it's compliance and facilities and academics and marketing, sales, fundraising, media relations. I mean, Lynn is an absolute rock star. We couldn't do it without them, and they are as big a part of this championship and what we've done, and I want to thank them. 25 Strong is real at Charleston, and they're a big part of it. Sorry.
Andrew, last one.
Ryan, are you going to take a moment over the next couple of days, 30,000 feet, looking down on what you've done, and think about what you've done, what you've achieved? Are you going to do that? Are you going to allow yourself to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's something, as I've learned over the years, to enjoy the ride that a season is. You're not going to win every game. You're going to lose some. But to just embrace the journey that each season is, and just the journey that we've been on this year is so special. And, yeah, absolutely. And then, get right back to work. So.
All right. Thanks, guys. Congratulations. Charleston's 31 wins are the most ever by a CAA team, surpassing the 30-win Navy team that included NCAA tournament wins in 1986.